I'm Lisa, the artist behind Lachri Fine Art. Today I am going to show you what I'm working on for the next couple of weeks' paintings. Plus, I'm going to give you some tips on taking care of your canvases. I've had a couple of requests for a tutorial on how I paint wood grain. But personally, I hate doing a painting or little studies where I'm not finishing it. That's just me. So I figured I'd turn it into a full piece. So what's going to happen is this Wednesday, the video is going to be focused on just the tutorial part of painting the wood grain and how I get that effect for a wood shelf. And then the following week will be the full video where I'm painting candles. You can see this is in progress. I just started it last night. But candles, and there will be some butterflies on the shelves. I think it's going to be butterflies on the shelves. I'm not positive yet. This one was not designed beforehand on the computer, so it could turn out terrible or great. I have no idea yet. It's pretty hit or miss if I do not design it in Photoshop first. But I'm taking the chance this time. When I was getting the canvas out, I store a whole bunch of canvases here at home, so when I want to paint, I've always got whatever size I could possibly want. I've got stored here somewhere. So when I grabbed this canvas, I'd been storing it behind my easel, behind a few boxes, and I noticed that something had been pushing on it and it had kind of warped or stretched the canvas bad. Canvas being a type of fabric, if you set something on it or have something pushing against it, it's going to stretch out, and you can have, I don't know if you can tell on this one because this one was stored with it, it's got waves in it. You can kind of see where the light's hitting it. It's got a wavy look to it. Not so cute. Now obviously when you buy a canvas, you want to choose one that's nice and flat and stretched really tight, everything's good. But sometimes when you have it at home, something happens, something pushes on it or rests against it and then stretches out the canvas badly. So just a quick, easy tip on how to repair that. The tools that you will need to fix this are a spray bottle and a hairdryer, which is optional, but I like to use that. All you're going to do is lightly mist the back of the canvas and then take a hairdryer and dry it. I'm not going to do it on video because it's loud and obnoxious, but that's going to pull the canvas back to its original form and be nice and tight again and ready for you to paint. Ah, it's already tightening up. Next, for storage. This sometimes happens if you finish a painting, and if you paint a lot like I do, you end up having to store a lot of canvases. And way too often, I end up having my canvases stretched out like that, something that I've already painted on, and that's always scary because you don't know for sure if you can fix it, because sometimes you can stretch things so badly that it doesn't go back to the way it used to be. So your best bet is to try to protect your painting once it's already painted. And this tip that I'm going to give you is also helpful for making sure that your paintings end up protected on the outside, that they're not getting scratched. I cannot tell you how many times I've taken a whole bunch of paintings to an art show or art fair or anything like that, and just during transport they got scratched on the front of them. Even though I cover them or put cardboard between them, just stuff happens. So this is the method that I have found best protects my work for the least amount of money. What you'll need for this is a bunch of fabric, and I like to use felt because it's just really soft and really easy to fold and sew, and it doesn't fray. And the fun thing with this is that you can get it in pretty much any color, so I always go with this color is kind of what I use on everything, so it's just pretty handy and easy to recognize when I do take paintings somewhere and I've got them wrapped in this. I can easily see which ones are mine when there are a lot of paintings laying, like being ready to be picked up. And this is fairly inexpensive. I think I got 9 yards for, after my 40% coupon at Hobby Lobby, I probably spent $25 or $30 on this. So you can get a whole lot for very little. Now the way that I do this is basically I make a big pillowcase. But this is better than a pillowcase because it's much thicker, so it does provide more protection. Now I do sew, so it's a little bit easier for me to just go ahead and sew my edges, but if you don't sew, you could probably take a hot glue gun and just attach the two edges, sew the fabric together. But I just sew down each side. I have a long piece of fabric cut to fit whatever size canvases that I need, and I make these so that 2 canvases fit per sleeve. So you can see I've just sewn along 2 of the edges, left the top open, and then once that's attached, sewn together or glued or however you want to do that, I'm just gonna flip that back right side out so that it looks all nice and pretty. And now I've got a nice sleeve. For measuring, I just set my canvas, whatever size that I'm using, on top of the fabric and use a marker to kind of line out how big I need this to be. But I put 2 canvases and I store them back to back so that the painted surfaces aren't touching each other. And they just slide into that sleeve. So when I store them, I still have to make sure that I've got flat boards in between, or cardboard or poster board, something like that in between each painting so that I'm not stretching out the canvases, but this keeps the painting itself from getting scratched. So those are my little tips on how to properly care for your canvases. Obviously, best case is just to not have anything touching or pushing on them or anything like that, but when you've been painting long enough, it's going to happen. So now you know how to fix it. I have new video critiques every Tuesday where I'm critiquing your original paintings and drawings, my own speed paintings, drawings, and tutorials every Wednesday, and now vlogs most weekends. So make sure you subscribe and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, all those fun social media sites, links below in the video description to keep up with news and my newest work. I'll see you guys in a couple of days.